All right, hopefully we're going live. G'day everyone, B Asian Dad here. How are you guys going? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty good. Seems to be starting like that. We're doing pretty well at the moment. It's getting a little hot here as well too. Anyway, last night I did create a stream here for about my transition between Apple to Samsung or Android, and I did forget a few things in my stream last night, and I think a few of you guys have also just missed that stream because I kind of did it on the run, more of a last minute thing. And I was going to actually put a comment on all the stuff that I thought I missed out, and I thought, there's actually enough to actually create a video and for the people who have missed out as well on my live stream. So I thought I'll actually just do a second live stream right now with it, and I'm actually taking opportunity to actually expand on this experience that I've actually gone from Apple to Android as well too. So I was just seeing who's actually joining me for the first time. I've just got the computer again, got the computer here, and you'll see some extra gear on this side here, and that's for a little bit later on when I actually go through that. So that's all right. So I'm just going to bring this thing up here so we can actually see what's going on, and I'm really trying to get this thing working. Anyway, so if you're in the channels, the chat is working, so you can say hello. I'd love to say hello to you guys who have actually joined me here. Anyway, so first off is last night was really umming and ahhing about what I forgot about to say about the Samsung Buds Live. And the one thing I wanted to tell you guys was actually the fit of these for these Buds Live is that you find these ones here when they fit into your ear compared to the AirPods, if I see if I can get the right one, yep, on the right side, is especially when I found these fit really much more snug compared to the AirPods, and I think with the AirPod Pros, because of the silicon, they do fit a little bit more snug. But I found pretty much, as you pretty much jumble around, these actually do loosen a little bit for me, whereas these are really snugged in very well. So you probably won't lose them when you're jogging or doing some workouts. These have failed a few times when I was at the gym in previous years, whereas this one I'm very confident these won't fall out as well. So that's one thing I've got to say. Now the other thing I also want to mention about the Samsung Buds Live is it also has that integration just like the AirPods, where it goes between the watch and the phone very seamlessly. But and that's the same for my mobile phone, which is the S20 FE, and also the Watch 3. It goes seamlessly between those two. But of course, with the AirPods, if you've got Mac, it will seamlessly go to your Mac as well. But with these, I haven't actually paired them up with Windows, but it's not a seamless pair, or actually pairing is easy, but it's not a seamless, it jumps between my mobile phone or the watch straight to the computer like the AirPods are. So that's the one thing that is a little bit missing there. So that's what I wanted to actually mention about the Buds Live. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm just getting there anyway, so yes. Now, the other thing I also want to mention about the watch here is that the watch actually comes with a genuine leather band, which is really nice. Actually, that was a surprise to me. That actually comes with a leather band for the Watch 3, whereas with the Apple ones, they give you a nice little silicone band. This one I purchased anyway, which is the nylon one later on in the years. But Apple really doesn't give you very good band. They give you quite nasty, cheap bands there. So, whereas with the Watch 3, it was really nice that they came with a leather band. I have bought a leather band for my Watch 3. You've probably seen some of my earlier videos of watch or wear that. So I've got to now buy a whole bunch of different bands for these. And the bands are actually quite cheap as well too. So it's really nice to see that Samsung doesn't really charge you an extreme crazy amount for the different top of quality of bands. So that's really what I want everyone's add on for the watch and the thing. Now it comes to the phone itself. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention about from last night about the Samsung's S20 FE, I think a lot of the S20 is the same thing, is with the Apple. Now, I know this is the Apple, iPhone 6s. It's still got the fingerprint reader, and I really do. I know with the new from 10 above, They don't have the fingerprint anymore. Now, I find the fingerprint extremely usable. Now, I'm going to have to switch this one over to quickly just show you about the, you probably saw me last night when I did this last night anyway to show this off. So with this one here, it's actually built into the screen. Now you can bridge just straight up and it gets you straight in, which is, I really like that. I know some of the other Samsungs where it's actually on the button on the side or on the back as well, but one of the main reasons why, I'll just switch back over here, one of the reasons why I like having a fingerprint rather than fully force you to use Face ID. This does have Face ID or facial recognition. It's not called Face ID, only Apple calls it Face ID. But one of the biggest things I like having a fingerprint is, especially with Face ID, it doesn't like to recognize me when I've got sunnies on. Now here in Australia, when I'm outdoors a lot, I've got my sunnies on and facial recognition doesn't really work very well, and I'm sure the Apple one's the exact same problem as well. I know it's got glasses, it can do glasses, but when it comes down to sunnies, because it can't see your eyes neither, it can't really recognize that and won't actually unlock your phone. So it becomes you back to the patterns or your passcode there. So I find having a fingerprint scanner extremely important for me. So I like seeing a fingerprint scanner. I wish Apple would bring back their fingerprint scanner as well. So that's what I want to say about the phone. Now, the other thing I want to show you guys, for those who are joining me, oh, sorry, I forgot about the fingerprint. Now, back on the fingerprint is one of the nine annoying things I found with the Samsung fingerprint is it only accepts 3 fingerprints. It's a bit annoying, whereas the Apple can take it, I think it was about 5 fingerprints, 5 fingers, which is really good. Now, why that's annoying for me is because I recognize your thumb, your second thumb, and what I usually try and do 2 index fingers as well. But because it's only limited 3, I can only do one of these 3, which is really annoying because I can, when I have it on there, I'll just press it down like this and it's unlocked or on thing. But of course, when I've picked it up, I'll be using my thumb, and that's the reason why I prefer to have 4. So I'm hoping Samsung will listen to one of these suggestions and at least put 4 fingerprints to be stored on so I can unlock these phones because we quite simply don't want to continually, that's actually quite annoying having to do that. That's all. I rather just use my index finger, whereas the iPhones, you have 5 fingers. I actually pair my 5th finger with someone else so they can actually unlock the phone anyway. So that's what I want to say about the fingerprint. Now, the other thing I've got to mention, and I had a quick mention in my first video, is about this Dex. Now, I might as well just show this to you in live because that's what I thought I might do. And I'm going to employ, you see a bunch of stuff right here to can do. So what Dex is I think, I don't even know what it stands for, but I'm taking a good guess. It means desktop experience. So basically what that means is, this, I don't know if it's exclusive to Samsung or other Androids can do that, phones can do that, but basically you can transform this mobile phone into as if it's a laptop, which is great, so you can take it out. And all you need is pretty much, for this one's interface is by USB-C. So all you need is a USB-C dock, and then plug it into a monitor and keyboard and mouse, and then you'll just see it will just come to as if it's a computer. So I'm going to actually demonstrate that right now with you. So I'm going to try and bring my other webcam here, and pretty much what I've got here is a keyboard mouse, and it's connected, and I've got it connected to this one here called QGene, which I did a dock test in one of my early videos, and this one is a USB-C. This one, as you can see, I've got a few things plugged into this, and pretty much I've got the USB keyboard and mouse, and I've got a display cable connected to this, and also power. Now this is actually this is my Mac charger here, so I'm just plugging this to it, and it will actually pass through this as well. So this dock, it can do pass-through power, which is really nice. It goes up to 100 watts, I think it is, which is great. So it actually will charge this phone as well on the fly. Now I've got this connected to this nice little 24-inch monitor just to show it to you guys. So we're going to try and see this bring in. Now I might actually just bring this in and just show you this connection, what I'm talking about, make things easy. It's looking like a mess here. But let me bring in this webcam here. so you can actually see this. Ooh, I think that's as far as this webcam can go. Okay, well, here we go. So I'll just show you here. So I've got USB connections here, and it will have, this one's got a card reader as well, but I've got HDMI and also a display port, and it goes through USB-C. So what happens is, once I go to connect this to my USB-C, I'll just bring it to the other webcam so you can actually see this. So you can actually see this a little bit more nicer. So once you do this, is you can pretty much just connect this thing up. Sorry, that's my iPhone. Of course, the iPhone can't do that. It's actually my Samsung. So I'll just connect this up here, and hopefully I'll just kind of bring this up here. I've hopefully got this thing turned on. You'll hopefully see, so I'm actually using this one so I can see, you see Samsung Dex, and pretty much this is it. So I'm just gonna unlock my phone, and you will see this is kind of like a Linux Ubuntu sort of feel to it. Now my phone itself is still on, and I can still use my phone independently as if it's still a mobile phone. It is charging through this, which is really nice. It's fast charging too, because it's 100 watts. I think if you put in the 15 watts, it'll still fast charge this phone here as well. Now, what makes this really cool is, g'day, how's it going? Eddie, how's it going? Welcome to Android. Yes, I know, it's been quite nice, I have to say. There's some really nice, cool functions of the Android system, and I'm really enjoying it. The transfer wasn't as bad neither as well too. So anyway, I might as well just show you this sort of thing. I don't know if this is going to come up really nicely on this camera here, so I might actually just bring this up a little bit on this camera. We will maybe just see this out from this, so we can just sort of bring this out. Just give me a second. Oops, wrong mouse. I've got so many mouses here, you'll see. Okay, let's bring this up here. Oh, I've just disconnected that by accident. Okay, has that come through? Hopefully it has. I'm hoping it comes through. Here we go. I think I've got into some sort of technical issues here. Is it coming through? Nope. All right, that one somehow I've accidentally done something with that phone. I'll just do that one more time. There we go. Hopefully I'll kick boot it again. No, that doesn't look like it wants to do it, so we'll just do it on the other screen here anyway. So anyway, so this is coming directly from my phone, this sort of screen here, and pretty much you've got you've got your web browser as well. So I'm looking at this screen because I can then see this, that's all. So that's just web browsing. As you can see, that was my last page I used, which was deregistering my iPhone, so I can actually use my Samsung there as well. And you can also say, for example, so these are all the apps on my phone here, but you can, for example, just go into Word. I'm going to bring up a Word here, and I'll just start up a new session, and you can pretty much just start typing what you want to do. So that's directly from my phone here, which is really nice. So you can use this as a laptop. So if you've got the right apps, you can pretty much have this as a laptop replacement. As for like desktop publishing, you can sort of do it. It all depends on what apps are on Android here and how far it can be powerful as well. But it's for the more powerful side of things, and also like video editing. Photo editing, I think they're getting close to very similar to the desktop applications. But for videos, you can get some decent ones out there for mobile apps. But of course, if you really want to go really hardcore, you've got to get a laptop still to process things. But it's just nice if you don't need to have a computer. I know mine is a tech channel for computers as well, but sometimes if you just want some simple things, you don't even need that. You've got a computer thing, and all you need to do, buy a cheap dock. Now, this dock was actually quite cheap. Well, this one's a little bit more expensive because of the extra connection. It can do 3 monitors anyway. I have never tried this with 3 monitors. I think it will probably be able to take 3 monitors, so that would be interesting if Dex can do 3 monitors anyway. But I should try that in one of the videos. I will do that. That's a nice suggestion to myself. So you don't actually need another computer like iPad. You can just pretty much bang it in. Sweet, that's what I could say for that. Anyway, so I've got things. Is this feature of Samsung Mobile only available in S30? I think that's the mobile you mentioned, or is it Anything other Samsung Mobile 2? I actually don't know. I do know my friend who showed me Dex at the very first time. They were running an Samsung Galaxy 6, I think it was. So I do say they're probably in the other older Samsungs as well, and also all the S20s. S10, I also have an S10, and I know that one works with Dex as well, so it's just Dex in there. I don't think I need to install the software. It already comes with pre-installed in Samsung phones, so that's kind of, I don't know when they brought it in, but I take it, yes, if it came in the S6, then it should be pretty much from the older Samsung phones there. Okay, Dex is only available on S and Note series. Oh, there you go. There we go. Thank you very much for clarifying. I'm not very, sorry for hitting the microphone, but I'm not very good with a lot of mobile phones. It's not my big main look at stuff. I mostly look at computers and laptops and desktops anyway. So it's good to know. And also S series tablets offer, I guess you need a high-end processor for this feature. I guess it would do, because you are running these pretty much independently as well, because I was testing it out. So my phone is, if I just bring that out, so I'll just bring out a calculator, and it's not really showing to there because this is still on Word, and I can still do my other stuff. If I even bring up to like, let me have a look, see if I can bring up to something that would be a little bit more powerful. I don't have anything very powerful here. Maybe I can bring up a game or something like Angry Birds or something like that. So that's still running independently to that, and I can still work off this on this application here. So I can see this is like as if it's two devices really. So yeah, kind of cool there, I've got to say. Whoa, I better turn that off. So there we go. Oh, it does control media, as you can see, so that's kind of cool. I wonder, is it exclusively to Samsung or not? Is that exclusive to Samsung, Eddie? I'd like to know, because that is a cool feature. Is even if the Pixels even have that, the Google Pixels, that would be nice to know as well too. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really have anything to say on my experience. And I do say, coming from Apple to Samsung or Android, I haven't found it as big as annoyance that I thought it would be. So I was glad that I actually did the change. I did save a fair, I think for me in total of buying all these three products here, compared to upgrading to an iPhone 12 for me, because I would have gone, because I've got a larger iPhone 12, so I'll be going for the Pro Max anyway. This was still altogether getting the Samsung Live Buds, Watch 3 and the 10e, FE, 20 FE, it still was cheaper by about $200, actually no, $300 than just one upgrade of iPhone 12 Pro Max. So for me, that was actually a cost saving, and I've actually got more functionality from this whole ecosystem as well. And again, I've also got Google Home as well, so that integrated extremely well with my home smart system for home. So definitely I like that, and I'm actually kind of glad, because now it makes a much more useful device for me, being able to connect to the computer, to actually transfer files as well, and actually have the ability to do a lot of what I want to do. And one of the reasons why I actually went to Apple, because of the ecosystem was really nice, and I can definitely see that Android and Samsung and Windows have chased up a lot to Apple, and it's quite simply Apple hasn't really been doing very much for the last 5 years. That's probably the reason why. And in 5 years you can do so much, and they've really done practically not much with it, but still increased pricing, and that's very much it. So I'm very disappointed with Apple. Now I'm kind of now glad I'm moved away from Apple, so I'm no longer stuck in their ecosystem trying to purchase more accessories and more things that they wish you to purchase, because I was spending a heap of money in the first place, and now I'm not actually finding the benefit of the Apple system anyway. So glad I'm away from that, and I'm actually more free to do other stuff and test other things as well too. So it's definitely a nice thing, because I cannot see this happening with iPhone. And like I said, this was a really annoying thing to see that iPhone 12 was still a Lightning connection. I would have liked to see them with USB-C, because why do they produce a USB-C to Lightning? Just to make more money. that's pretty much it. So bit of an there. Do you guys have any questions while we're at it or anything like that? So I definitely would like to hear, or any extra cool functions that I should know about for the Android, because I'm still exploring the Android system, but I'm still getting used to the gestures, because I'm forcing myself to learn these gestures, all this, because I know all the new ones are having to do that. And I've got to say, with the camera quality, now I'm just really concentrating on the S20 FE. I've got to say the camera quality is pretty decent. I took a photo in the dark. I can't really show it to you because it's about my daughter anyway, and she wasn't really dressed too well, but I was very surprised how well this did in night mode. It was practically near pitch black, and it managed to pull a lot of lights from nowhere, I've got to say. So very impressive phone, especially for its price range, and I can quite easily recommend this Samsung S20 FE. For this Ultra, I have played with it. I'm not a person who uses the stylus much, but for nearly half the price, I think this is a brilliant phone. I like the actual ergonomics for this. It's actually quite nice in terms of holding it wise. It's got a decent amount of screen size. The one thing I do say about the Samsung S20 FE is the screen brightness. I do not find it being especially when you're in broad daylight, and that's what I mean when I've got sunnies on, is I don't find it bright enough. Like even my iPhone 6, I wasn't struggling as much. I would have to like go, bring my sunnies down and go, oh yeah, I can then sort of like bring out some things, or it could be a polarization of this as well, because this is still LCD and this is OLED. So that was one of the things I do find about this particular phone, is its screen brightness wasn't as bad. As for sound quality, of course, fantastic. But I haven't got, I haven't really put an iPhone 12 straight side by side to actually do a sound test on them. But I'm sure other reviewers have done that, and same with the photography as well too. So I'm not really kind of reviewing that. I'd rather review just my experience of the Eco Jump. And I've got to say, the experience hasn't been as bad as I thought it was about 2 years ago, or even a year ago anyway. So definitely, you don't have to stick with the Samsung One UI. You can change it, say Nova Launcher, and it can do some more customization. Oh, okay, I heard back in the days when it started, after you can root the phone. So I'll definitely be interested to see what this Nova launcher is, because I would be interested in seeing what you can probably take away some of the useless apps or bloatware that I don't really like as well. But with the Nova app, does that takes care of like Samsung Pay, that so you can do the pay system as well? Because I've noticed with one of the limitations that might be limitations for the Watch 3 is for the pay system. I think you can only do Samsung Pay. I don't think it can do Google Pay. If you could do Google Pay, that would be great. Then maybe we can actually move over to another launcher or another UI. It will be kind of good. But yeah, I'd definitely be interested to see if it. I think it's probably just an application for the UI anyway. So having a Nova launcher, and then just install the Samsung Pass to actually do the Pass pay system. Maybe I'll try that. I'll give it a go. I'll probably come back to you and see how that goes anyway. So definitely thanks for that tip there, Eddie, for sure. Yeah, has anyone got any questions about anything else? I'm just trying to think of it if there's anything else that could be said about these products, but at the moment I can't really think of any. And for those who have joined me, thank you very much. And I'm hoping you guys have a fantastic time. So I'll just wait for another 30 seconds, because I know I've got a bit of a delay in the chat here. So, but yeah, if not, I will probably continue doing a lot of testing and probably video editing right after this. So just taking a little bit of time on my time just to get back to you guys anyway. So yes, but I don't see anything. Well, and as always, guys, just remember, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. I'll see you next time. Oh.